After a short break over the holidays, we are finally back for more weekly recaps of Roberts Sports. We're past the halfway point now of basketball season, so there's lots going on there, and one women's track athlete is making her mark in only her sophomore season. It's time to jump back into things. This is this week's episode of Mick on the Mic. The Roberts Wesleyan women's basketball team took to the road and faced off in a conference matchup on July 19th against Bridgeport. The third quarter would happen almost exactly as the first two, as the Redhawks and Purple Knights battled for the lead but would end it all tied up at 48 points apiece. Both teams would go scoreless for an entire 3 minutes in the fourth quarter until a three-pointer from Nady got the Redhawks going. With 12 seconds left, Roberts would take a 7-point lead with a free throw from senior Taylor Bino, eventually leading to a 5-point win. Final score, Redhawks 66, Bridgeport 61. Notable performances from Friday's competition include junior Emily Miller's 24-point double-double. On top of her scoring, Miller added 13 rebounds. Junior guard Sarah Nady also added 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 steals on the night. They then wrapped up their successful road trip with a second conference win against Malloy. The second quarter would see Roberts play more aggressively than in the first, as freshman standout Taryn Wilson had 3 steals and freshman Demetria Gazani had a block with 7:05 left before the half. Time winded down and the Redhawks would take a 9-point lead going into the half. Knowing the Mavericks would try everything to get back into the game, the Redhawks eventually went on to lead by 17 towards the end of the third quarter. Roberts' victory was closed out by a quick layup from Sarah Nady. Final score, Redhawks 70, Mavericks 53. The Redhawks were again led by junior Emily Miller's 23-point performance. The Buffalo native went 10 for 16 on the day, which included 3 shots made from beyond the arc. Miller also added 8 rebounds and a block on the day. Some other notable performances to help Miller out included 16 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists from Sarah Nady, along with Taylor Bino playing an important role in giving the Redhawks ample opportunity to possess the ball with her 11 rebounds and impressive 7 assists. The men, who happened to be on the same road trip as the women, dropped 1 game and won 1 game. Turnovers happened to be the downfall for them as they lost to the University of Bridgeport 90-73. It was the 3rd straight loss in the conference for the Redhawks. Roberts turned the ball over 17 times in the first half alone, but was able to keep Bridgeport's lead from getting out of hand. At halftime, Bridgeport was leading 43-36. A three-pointer by Justin Vaughn at the 12-12 mark in the second half brought the Redhawks within 6 points. But Bridgeport wouldn't allow the Redhawks to make any more runs and built a double-digit lead at the 9:46 mark that they never relinquished. Isaiah Lewis and Justin Vaughn both scored over 20 points to provide over half the offense for Roberts. Lewis finished with 24 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Vaughn added 21 points and 8 rebounds of his own. They played much cleaner basketball in the 76-63 win over Mercy College 2 days later. The Redhawks used a 15-2 run in the first half to put some distance between them and the Mavericks. The offensive run started at the 11:24 mark when Lewis knocked down a pair of free throws. Mercy answered with a layup, but that was the only bucket they could muster over a nearly 5-minute span. Junior transfer Brendan Banna, sophomore Reggie Clark, and Vaughn all hit 3-pointers during the run. Roberts continued to build the lead and held a 22-point advantage at the 8:11 mark of the second half. The Redhawks then cruised to a 13-point win to pick up their 7th win of the season. Justin Vaughn, Isaiah Lewis, and Armand Nassiri all hit the double-digit mark in points scored. The 3 combined for 46 of the team's 76 points. Vaughn finished with a team-high 17 points along with 11 rebounds for his first double-double of the season, with Lewis adding 15 points, 3 steals, and 2 assists. Nassiri had his own season-high 14 points and 6 rebounds. Not too bad. Roberts women's track and field athlete, Brianna Randolph, has been named the East Coast Conference Women's Track Athlete of the Week. This is the first time Randolph has won the award. The sophomore sprinter put together a great showing at the Houghton Highlander Invitational last Friday, taking first place in the 60 meters with a time of 7.76 and second place in the 200 meter with a time of 26.89. Her time in the 60-meter dash was the second fastest time in the ECC this season. Congratulations to her. Well, it's a quick one this week. That's going to be all that we have for this episode. Make sure to follow Mick on the Mic on all Twitter and Facebook accounts and subscribe to us on YouTube. You can also join me on the broadcast, which is live for the Roberts men and women's basketball home games as I do the commentating, and you can find that at robertsredhawks.com. Make sure to be on the lookout for the weekly recaps posted every Wednesday and other promotional videos for Redhawks Sports. Until next time, this has been just one more episode of Mick on the Mic.